Come on, let me show you how I scout locations. Hey kids, we got a short video today. I know it's been a while, but I decided to go out today. It's a beautiful day actually, even though it's cloudy, pretty windy out as well, and there's a lot of smoke from the forest fire situation up north. I thought I would come out today and show you how I scope out locations. Last night the smoke rolled in from a bad fire situation up in Fort McMurray. It's the way things are now, thanks to the changing climate, but every summer we seem to get these horrible smoke conditions now. Who knows if it's going to change, but we got to make the best of a bad situation. It doesn't look like it maybe on video, but it is very smoky and hazy out today. Friday night I had an amazing night. Went out to Castle Mountain Junction out in Banff and had the biggest aurora show I've ever seen. Turns out it was one of the biggest ones ever. And I'm going to share with you some of the shots I got out there. It's really frustrating shooting the auroras sometimes because no matter how strong the data is, no matter how good the data is, whether she shows up or not, it's all up to Lady Aurora, and sometimes she doesn't want to come out and play. But Friday night was amazing. Driving out to Banff, got to Canmore, and the clouds started to roll in. I thought, oh boy, you know, the typical getting skunked situation happens for me when mainstream media picks up on the auroras coming out. My bad luck curses. As soon as the radio and television starts talking about the auroras, she goes away. So I thought, oh, here we go again. But I kept going and I went out to Castle Mountain. I hope you can hear me because of the wind right now, but from Calgary, that's about a 2-hour drive out to Castle Mountain. So I thought I'd keep going. Got there, got set up, and the clouds went away and it came out. Typically when you shoot the auroras, you get a little bit of glow in the sky, and you set up your camera, and through the miracle of modern technology, the camera just explodes with these colors. But Friday night, I was in awe. It was like somebody turned on a light. It was identical to what the camera was producing for all of us out at Castle Mountain. It was ridiculous. So here are the shots. Hope you like them. Hopefully we'll get more. Hopefully the smoke clears and we can get out and do some landscape photography again. Last summer was a bit of a dud too because of the forest fire smoke, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this year will be different. So today, what I thought, I'd take advantage of just having the day off. Even though it's cloudy, smoky, and a little windy, it's still a beautiful day. It's first time that we've had above 20-degree temperatures in Alberta for a full weekend for the spring. What I thought I'd do today is just take a drive and show you guys how I location scout. We're driving around. Right now, we're kind of northeast of Calgary, just parked on the side of the road. It's off the highway, so there's, as you can see, nobody coming. I've had one car in the 20 minutes that I've been here. I'm standing behind the Falcon, so I'm protected safety-wise. I'm not going to step out into the lane of traffic if anybody comes. All this road does is it goes to a grain facility just down the road. What is that? A kilometer away around the bend. So I wanted to share today how I location scout. You don't just get in the car, drive, hopefully get a good sunset, and hopefully find a location that you've never been to before. So you got to go out, you got to drive around, and you got to see what things look like to do a mental note of, okay, this is a sunrise location, this is going to be a sunset location, this is an aurora location, this is an astro location, this is a Milky Way location. You got to put those all into your mental Rolodex and also put them into your phone as well. So basically all I do is I drive around, try to scope out locations. I never enter private property. That's the big thing I can tell you guys is be very careful and do not go on somebody's property. Just because you're out in the country driving around doesn't mean that the farmland you're on is crown land and you can just walk out to it. That's somebody's private property. I don't want somebody walking in my backyard, and farmers, I don't want somebody walking in their backyard. And that's what I've done today is I've driven out. I've been out for about an hour and a half, and I found a great little wetland area. There's remnants of a creek that's dried up, and then this little wetland area. It actually looks like the wetland's normally bigger, but with another year of drought, it's really shrunk down. There's lots of birds around. I can hear frogs. There's some mallard ducks. There's a cobra chicken couple nesting up there that I'm just going to avoid because they're mean. If you know what a cobra chicken is, you know why I'm keeping my distance. So this location is actually going to be a good location, I believe, for astrophotography, and I'll show you what I mean. This area is not that great for sunrise or sunset because of the fact there's really nothing visual here to take a photograph of. But at night, you can use the darkness and the stars to your advantage when you've got kind of a barren location. So this would be really good for northern light photography. All I would have to do is just walk 20 yards to the corner of the pond and turn and face north, and then I've got the fence line as a leading line. The reflection should be a pretty nice spot for that northern light photography. Plus I'm off a main road. There's plenty of room to park on the side of the road here, so I'm not going to get hit by a car and not going to piss off anybody who's driving to their house because it's off the beaten path. Now that I've got that location and I've got the direction that I want to shoot in that location, that just helps condense time when I come to site. I'll still walk around when I get here that night to make sure that that still works. Here we are facing north. That's the shot. We do the rule of thirds, and then it would be nothing but the sky with the reflection in the water. Pretty basic, simple shot, but for close to Calgary, getting out and doing some stuff, that's not so bad right there. Fence in there as well. Zoom in a little tighter. We'd get rid of the farmhouse there. You wouldn't be able to see the gravel pit that's back there at all just because it would be dark and it's far enough away that it's not going to cause any issues at all for us. But that's the shot. And all I do is open up my phone, drop a pin in the maps, send that to myself with a little description of what it is. Wetland facing west, great for northern light photography, and a snapshot from my camera phone of that location as well. The reason for that is driving around all these gravel roads, you're turning left, you're turning right, you can get really discombobulated, and when you find 5 or 6 locations in a day, it's kind of hard to remember where they were 2 weeks later, a month later, or even in winter when, you know, sometimes the shots won't work until winter or spring, depending on where the galactic core is for the Milky Way, for instance, if you're doing astrophotography. That way in that text message, I've got all the locations with photos as well. All set to go. Once I get home, I open up my MacBook, all that information's there because I texted it to myself. I've got a file, drop it all into my file for locations. Then 2 weeks later, a month, 6 months, a year later, when I decide that I want to go shoot that location, I know exactly where it is. So use your maps, drop a pin, scout, 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 scout. It's really frustrating to want to go out and shoot something and have no idea where you're going to shoot, and you know you got a good sunset coming or a good sunrise coming, but you don't know where to go, so you end up going to a spot you shot 50, 100 times before just so you can go out and get a shot. There's nothing wrong with that because I hit the same spots over and over and over again because the conditions always change and I want that awesome shot. You don't get a shot like this at Mount Rundle, Vermilion Lakes, one time and one time only. It takes multiple times because you don't know when conditions are going to be right. It's a short video today, guys. I just wanted to get out, get back on the horse, start making some stuff again. Hopefully Grand Prairie and Fort McMurray are going to be okay. Hopefully the summer is going to be okay. We are in incredibly dry conditions right now, and to be in spring and still have everything this dry, kind of a scary year coming. So hang tight. Thanks for being patient. In the meantime and in between time, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll catch you next time, guys.
And as always, guys, please rock the subscribe button and ring the bells for notifications. We'll check you next time.